Welcome to Indie Insights. My name is Highsight, and this is Crowd Control. So the first thing I'm going to point out is actually the music. This is old school's old school. This is the old school that old school goes to when old school isn't old enough. This is MIDI, if I can tell correctly. This is MIDI music. I mean, I just gotta throw it out there right now. MIDI music is so 1990s, man. That is old school. And I guess there's some appeal to that to some degree, but for me, it's like, come on, we're in an era now where we can definitely up the quality of this music here. We can definitely do better than this MIDI music we got going here. I know you can, man. You can take this MIDI music, you could plug it into a tracker software even, and you could put better instruments than this music right now. I know you can do better than this. Come on. Alright, so we got three options here. We got Start, Store, and Credits. And I think we're going to dive right in for right now and see what we got. Keep the protesters back behind the gate. You get points for each protester that tries to make it through. Use your water sprayers to spray the protesters back with the space bar. Use your tear gas grenades to send them back behind the gates with the left mouse button. Move your SWAT truck left and right using A and D. Simple enough controls. If a protester makes it past you, it's game over. You don't want that. Ooh, very little room for error. So the music completely stopped when I started up. Kind of weird. Alright, so we got a bunch of alien-looking giant arm mutants over here. Probably wasting my tear gas here. I should probably stop that. Oh, here we go. I am the law! So let's see, can I... There we go. Okay, that shot way later than I wanted it to. I clicked and then it kind of shot later. Hold your ground! I believe I have. Hold your ground. Okay, ground is held. So it looks like this guy's going to come on through. Let's fix that. So you can actually see them when they're going to come through, it looks like. They don't necessarily come out of the crowd. They come out from near the crowd. I do like how wacky their arm animations are. They probably shouldn't be this wacky, but I just find them hilarious. Keep them back behind the gates. Looks like I have money in the top right there. 22 monies, in fact. So the UI is a little plain right now. I mean, this right here, not even a background or anything. Come on, you could rig this up to look like it's the interior of the SWAT car or whatever. I do kind of like this water cannon look. It looks pretty cool. But I mean, you could rig this up to look like it's the inside of the car, right? Kind of like gauges and stuff. So I guess those messages are just kind of like brief reprieves that I get right there. There we go. Hold my ground! I have a limited amount of water, it looks like. Get back there! Get back there! Pretty straightforward. How much further can you go? Well, the question is, how much further is there to go? Because right now, it's looking like there isn't much more than this. Hopefully that'll be proven wrong soon. Now, I'm wondering if we can get different protester types. Maybe protesters that do different things, you know? I mean, you know, what about Molotov cocktails or something, you know? Gotta put it out. Got to put out the fire with the water or something. What about, hardcore protesters? Somebody who's immune to tear gas because they got, like, gas masks or something. So you got to hit them with the water. Also, where'd that music go? I miss it already. That old school doom feel I got out of hearing that guitar again in my life. Oh, out of water. So it looks like the water only recharges after you run out. Let's test that theory. So I'm just going to do nothing right now. Okay, I think it also... So it's 74%. It does not increase on its own except when it runs out and when you're on the next wave. So let's actually run it out right now. Just so I know I'll have it. That's kind of weird. I would think you'd want to do kind of like a Halo Shield thing where it'll recharge after it's not been used for a while. So you'll have it when you need it. It seems a little odd to just have it be like, you have to run out before you can do anything. Overall, it plays well enough. It definitely plays well enough. 2 keys to move backward and forward, though I guess you tilt your device on the mobile. I like the way that there's 2 jet cannons on either side instead of one right down the middle. That's actually really nice. Tear gas is pretty effective. But I feel like what's really missing right here is variety. There's just not enough variety among these protesters. We need new enemy types. We need more enemy types, and we need them to come out in certain like wave styles, you know, in certain patterns. Right now it's just a question of knocking back the same people over and over and over again. Not super hard, though that guy's kind of camouflaged because he looks about the same color as the ground does. That's kind of tricky. But I mean, that could be solved just by having brighter people, you know? I mean, the ground's pretty dark, and a lot of the protesters are very, like, you know, their clothes are very dark as well. You might want to watch out for that. That might be something you want to definitely avoid. Because look at that. That is, like, almost the same color of gray as the ground. Very close. Very, very close. Can I spend the money? Not as far as I can tell right now, but I saw the shop on the main menu there. Now, another thing to point out is where the water gauge is. So you guys might have noticed by now, the water gauge is down here. And I am never looking down here. I never want to look down there. I want to look where I'm aiming. So what would be a really good idea is if the water gauge could actually be somewhere on the car itself. The car being where I'm looking at most of the time. Most of the time I'm looking at the car. So if I look at the car, I would love to see how much water I have left on the car, you know? I'd love to see some kind of a gauge on the car itself. There's no reason for me to be looking down here. I have no interest in looking down there. All I want to do is I want to look at the hippies that I'm spraying here with water and tear gas. Boom! Get out of here. You ain't getting past me. Hell, you could say the same for the tear gas, right? You'd also kind of want to see how many more tear gases you got down here. Pack your things and leave before it's too late. Alright, I think we're about to get overrun. I think this is the one. Oh, I whiffed it. I was actually at 0% there, but it wasn't enough of a 0% for it to keep recharging. It had to be more 0 than the 0 that it just was. We're talking like negative almost. Uh-oh. 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 He's gone. Well, I wonder what I'm defending. I wonder what these people are protesting. Maybe they have legitimate cause to be pissed off. Maybe it's something like dog euthanasia for evil. I don't know. Maybe it's just something that I should not be so proud to be defending right now. Maybe I should let them win. Here, last tear gas for you guys. Move along. I do like how the tear gas sticks around for a little while, gives you a little bit of an area denial. Handy, definitely handy. Of course, I only got one left now. I mean, it could just be the worst kind of thing. I can do better, BS. They definitely look a bit like zombies in the green shirts, don't they? Especially with the way they whack at that post right there. Now, that's one thing I'd like to see. I would love it if you could actually see, like, people climbing over from in the crowd instead of just kind of people coming from behind and walking through it for the most part. Like, it's kind of an immersion thing, really. They're kind of just walking right over that post, which actually doesn't even look right. I mean, when you look at it real carefully, that post is at the wrong perspective in every way. That's supposed to be more of a top-down view on the post, but really it's not. Oh, here we go. Something changing it up right here. Got a little spotlight going. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, those posts could definitely look better. So I'm interested what I can spend this money on. Probably like faster movement or maybe longer lasting jets, huh? Now let's run out of water, so I'll have some when I get over here, so I can do this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think this is it. I think this is it. That's all, folks. Couldn't I just run him over? He's definitely in run over distance. Alright, so now we can hit the store. Why is credits here? I don't care about the credits when I'm in-game. Why would I care about the credits? So why is it I have to wait till I die to spend my money in the store? Well, let's take a look. Well, it looks like these are persistent. My max grenades being 10 right now, but I can upgrade them to what? If I press this, what do I upgrade them to? Didn't I have 10 when I started last time? Wouldn't you want to say what I'm getting for purchasing? Water level equal 50. Am I getting another 50 if I buy this? Not that I could right now. Max speed equal 20. Wow, I can't afford any of this. Wow, those are really expensive upgrades. So right now, if I want to buy anything, it'd have to be the grenades. Oh, okay, so it ups it by 1. So I got 1 more grenade after that. That is barely worth it. Alright, so we can go to the title or start the game back up. Well, what I'm wondering is, why am I getting so little money, and why do I have to wait until I die to spend it? I think it'd be nice if I could spend it in between waves, right? If I could keep... I mean, what we're doing right now, they are persistent changes. I wanted the main menu, not the title. What we're doing right now is we're buying persistent changes, right? When we go to this store. In fact, if I go in here, yep, still max grenades equal 11. But I don't really want persistent changes as much as I would like to have one run where I keep buying things and then upgrading, you know? Like, and then when I lose it and I have to start fresh and I have to spend my money in a completely different way. That's actually what I really want. I want to be able to have one perfect run, not have an okay run, which then I can spend the money I got from that run to parlay into a better run next time. What you're basically doing then is you're setting me up for failure. You're saying, okay, you're not powerful enough now to win the game, but you're going to play it anyway, and you're going to play it for a decent amount of time, and then you're going to fail so you can do better next time. I never really got that mentality for a game like this. For a game like this, what I want is I want the ability to spend my money in between waves so I can get better and have one really great run, you know? Hell, I want different locations. I want to be able to have different levels that are different protest sites, you know? Maybe people start coming in from the sides. Maybe people start coming in, like, only from the left or the right and not the center. So you have to really move back and forth quicker. You have to determine how you want to spend the money, if you want to spend it on speed upgrades or what. I want to see something... I want to see more depth here, is what I'm saying. I want more depth in my crowd control simulator. That's what I'd like to see. Hell, I would love to see a zombie mode. I want to see a mode where you have to defend against zombies, because why not? Most of these people already look like zombies. But I mean, imagine if this level only lasted as long as there were people here, right? Anyone goes across the picket line, then they actually cross the picket line from the crowd itself, right? Instead of just coming in from below or whatever, or above rather. They cross the picket line, and they slowly empty out their numbers until eventually there's just nobody. And then you win that level, and you go on to the next level, you know? That's when you could spend your upgrades. So with that, you could set it up in a way where it's like, okay, well, the first level is going to have a much smaller crowd, a much smaller picket line you have to worry about. But then the level after that, it's going to be a little bit trickier, bigger line, you know? More people. More money, but more people. Honestly, the biggest slowdown, in my opinion, is this part. This part with the text. Do not let them pass. Waiting, 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 waiting. Okay, now I do something again. You see what I mean? That is a lot of waiting. That is just a lot of waiting for literally no reason. There is no valid reason for that waiting to be there. You could argue it's time for the water gauge to fill up, but honestly, it fills up much quicker than that. So I don't really see the reasoning behind it. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, about 7 seconds of waiting right there before people start moving in on you. That is a lot of waiting for every wave. That's the thing you got to keep in mind, is it adds up very quickly. That is 7 seconds per wave. That is a lot of waiting. Tear gas, tear gas, tear gas, run them over, tear gas. Water cannon. I can do better. And really, what does that contribute? That's my big question. What does that contribute for me? The I can do better. I mean, I know I'm doing fine, so why is it, you can do better? And then I gotta see that for 7 seconds before I can move on. It's like my boss calling me up and telling me, you're doing a horrible job, Highsight. Why the hell can't you do better? Holy crap. It's like, okay, I gotta keep these guys at bay. Bye. They're kind of coming at me again. Then the waiting and the waiting and the... I like that idea. Buy new vehicles. New vehicle purchases. That'd be pretty slick. Now, my other question is, what is the point of the score exactly? I don't quite understand that. I guess you could say for leaderboards, you know, it's contrasting the money, which is persistent throughout the entirety of the game. But I don't know. I guess you're... How much am I even scoring? Is it 10 per? Yeah, it's 10 per, it looks like. I mean, that would make more sense, in my opinion, if... It would make more sense to me if there were different types and the types were worth more or whatever. Alright, so you're always going to want to start at the center. There's no reason not to, because you never know where they're going to come from, but you always want to be at the center so you can get anywhere in the quickest amount of time. So, what do I like? The overall aesthetic's fine, I gotta say. The whole realism thing, it kind of works, except for the whole zombie arms thing we got going on right here. But I do like these water jets a lot. They look great. Really, really great. I love the little mist effect that goes with them, you know? Very good. The SWAT car looks a little weak, if I'm being honest. It actually looks like it's 2D. I can't tell for sure, but it looks very 2D. Compared to everything else, it looks weak. But the whole red light flashing thing, I mean, you get trying to get that little lighting effect of the light going around the turret every now and then. That's kind of nice. You know, there's effort put in there. I can appreciate the effort. Not bad. I'd say the water is really the best looking thing, hands down. But for whatever reason, the SWAT car, to me, it just doesn't really fit in with the rest of it, and I think that's because it looks so 2D compared to everything else. Again, the posts, these picket fences here or whatever, they're not really the right look. And also, this road kind of appears from this pavement like it's nothing. Like there's no curb or anything there. Should probably get a curb there. But honestly, I'm holding out for more levels, like I said before. I'm holding out for completely different looking areas in some places. I think that would do this game wonders. Different levels with different picket sizes. Hell, even selectable levels would be kind of cool, you know? Like, I want to play in Paris today. I want to play in Rome with those crazy Roman protesters you hear about all the time. So there are leaderboards. Okay, so that's the thing. There are leaderboards. The textures on the SWAT truck did not import right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That's why it doesn't look 3D. So that's not how the SWAT truck's supposed to look. That totally makes sense then. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with mistakes in programming. Oh, missed one. We can fix that. Honestly, the most important thing is probably going to be mobility, so that's probably what you'd want to pay for it first before you even buy more grenades. Sound design's pretty good, but it's missing music. But again, I'd prefer it not be MIDI music, so it might be better it's missing music. The crowd yelling sounds are all good. Every now and then you hear somebody in the background on a bullhorn kind of yelling it out. Or get back or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what they're yelling. Here. There we go. Simple enough. Controls well. Just tear gas myself, because why not? Great justice and all that. I believe this was made completely in Unity 3D. This is probably the best part. This should happen way sooner. This lighting effect. This really adds a level of depth to your game's visuals. Quite literally, it gives a 3D feel to it. And that can actually be very important. If anything, you should try to find a way to incorporate more light sources. You know, maybe get a street light or something somewhere, you know? For during the day. Maybe not a street light, because why would you have a street light on during the day? But you get what I'm saying. Get lights somewhere, you know? I mean, my SWAT car could be giving off light. Heck, why doesn't my SWAT car give off light? Wouldn't it make sense? Especially during the night when I need to aim and everything. It'd be nice to see what's in front of me. Get a spotlight on this baby. Or maybe you can make that a separate car unlockable, right? Maybe that could be an unlockable. Spotlight. See your enemies, even in the dark. Uh-oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Tear gas away. Tear gas, hooray. Overall, I'd say this game definitely gets done what it wants to get done fairly well, but I think it could do more. In the immortal words of the game itself, you can do better. I know you can. And I think it all starts off with different protester types. But if you do that, you need to make sure you define them very clearly. They need to have a very distinct visual style from the rest of the protesters. They need a specific look so you can tell at a glance what they do and why they're different and how you have to approach them. Again, protesters that can, like with gas masks or something, try to make the gas mask very obvious. And again, that's where the colored shirts are probably more helpful. Green colored shirts for gas masks. What else we got? Or yellow, actually. Hazmat suits, I guess you could say. What else? Shielded guys. Shield guys would be resistant to cannons, and you would need to use more on them to like fling their shield away at first. Because you know some guy's going to come with a riot shield. It's what they do. Uh-oh, nope. Uh-oh. Still good. Should probably stop wasting water. That's why I keep getting these uh-oh predicaments. Waiting. Keep on waiting. Waiting for my time to shine. Alright, what do we got? That beautiful original song right there, that's all Highsight. Trying to shine like a star. Shine on, you crazy diamond. To be fair, though, that was Pink Floyd. Uh-oh. Missed one. I think really the thing that kills this the most is the waiting. There is a lot of waiting. I'd almost encourage you to possibly speed up everything about the game, including the default movement speed and the character movement speed. Just in general, just speed this up a bit, you know? But really, it's this waiting right here that slows it all down the most. Even if you knock this down to, let's say, 2 seconds, or just got rid of it. I mean, you could just have wave numbers there, you know? Don't let them pass. I know it's what I've been doing for the past, I don't know, 20 waves. I haven't really been counting. But that's what the game could be doing. The game could be counting for me. Because I'm sure I'd love to know how many waves I've beaten. How much daring do I've done. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Crunch time. Nope. Whiffed it. Too late. Alright, game over. Even here, I'd love to know how many waves I've taken. So now I can up my mobility, and we're gonna... can't up the mobility just yet. Now it says here water level is 50. Shouldn't it be 100? Because that's what I'm starting at usually is 100. Well, I guess I'll buy an upgrade to that because that's kind of a necessity. Ups it by 10. However much that actually is, I don't know. See, it still says 100%, so I guess I don't know. I guess that's not much info. But we are going to end it there for right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Crowd Control. I think it's on the right path, and it's already on the Google Play Store if you're interested, so go ahead and hit up Google Play. I think it's a very solid game that just needs more content, needs more adversaries, and potentially more levels, more something. And that's all she wrote.